Today I'm going to show you guys how to make your car sound like this without a tune. Let's get into it. Before we get going though, if you guys are new here, my name is Gray and this is Living Like Gray, and we like making car videos, and especially about this WRX and any of the other cars that we build and drive here on the channel. If that sounds cool to you, be sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss any of the videos we have in the future, and be sure to leave a comment on what you want to see us do next with this VBWRX. And by the way, since so many of you guys wanted to see this thing drive on some dirt, it may or may not be doing some rallycross here soon. Anyway, with that said, let's go ahead and get into the video. So you have a brand new WRX and you want to make the exhaust pop and bang. Well, it's actually pretty easy to do that with this car, and in fact, you can do it completely stock. Now, if you do have a stock exhaust, it is a little more difficult to hear, but we have gotten some audio clips of the stock exhaust popping and banging with a microphone on the back. However, if you do want to hear these pops and bangs when you're driving the car, then you either need to get an exhaust. An axle back would work just fine like we have on this car, or if you don't want to spend any money, you can just remove your muffler and do a muffler delete, and it'll probably do the pops and bangs as well. So you've already modified your exhaust. Now what do? How do you make it pop and bang? Well, it's pretty easy. Now this is a manual transmission car, so I know how to do it on that a little easier. You might be able to do this in an automatic WRX, but it is going to be way more difficult, and we haven't tried it, so I'm not sure. But I'm gonna walk you guys through the procedure so you can try this. So you've got a manual transmission, you've modified your exhaust, you don't have a tune, you're ready to make some pops and bangs. Basically what you have to do is you have to build up some boost. So you have to spool the turbo, which means getting it into the higher RPMs, and then pushing in the clutch really hard. You don't necessarily have to shift hard, you just need to push in the clutch hard, and then it'll release that boost that you've built up. The easiest way to do this is through second and third. The most fun is first to second, but it is a little more difficult to do. And if you are shifting really hard through the gears, it's pretty easy to grind some gears in the process. Now, the thing that's gonna make this the easiest, and it's really difficult to do it without it, is the engine has to be warmed up. You don't want to do this. You don't want to drive your car hard when the engine's cold. So let your engine warm up, drive it around a little bit, and then what you can do, lay into the gas a little bit, get the RPMs up into the higher RPM range, push in the clutch hard, do a shift, and it'll do a couple of pops and bangs. We're gonna show you guys some clips of what these pops and bangs sound like, and then I'm gonna pass it off to Logan, who's gonna drive the car and actually show you guys how he does it.
I'm Logan, so I actually own this car, and I want to show y'all how to actually pop it. So first thing you're going to do in first gear, first be careful with first to second. I've already crunched it a few times, but you want to build up your boost, and then you want to push in clutch hard, hold it, and then let out. Build up boost, clutch in hard, shift in. If you actually want to get your car to pop, you kind of need to drive it like a bit of a maniac. So first to second, not much. Then second to third, you want to go and pound the clutch in. And then really, you don't need to shift hard out of it, but you can. Build up the boost as much as possible, and then shift down through it, and your car will send those backfires out. Third to fourth, it's a bit of a higher speed. You don't need to be at the top of your rev range for third to fourth. You just need to have enough boost built up to be able to actually get it to pop. You need to drive hard, shift like you mean it, and that's basically it.
And that's how you make your car pop and bang. Now it's gonna be a lot easier on forced induction cars like a turbo or a supercharger, but it is really easy on this stock WRX. Be sure to leave a comment down below of what you want us to do next with either this car or any of the other cars on the channel. Again, we are planning on taking this to a rallycross course here soon, and so be sure to look out for that video. Subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
You just need to have enough booze